this is the part of the broadcast where I tell you a little bit about my personal news, about what's going on in my life. And, we're still going to do that. That's precisely what we're going to do here. I am currently in a facility that I've utilized before, coming to you live from New York. Wonderful that they allowed me to work here. I am not utilizing Murat's equipment. No, I did not do that for such a short trip because it's only a 2-day trip. So for the record, for those of you who are wondering, why are you in New York? What's happening? I don't understand. Well, I'll tell you that in a brief moment. Let me just go through all of this first and foremost. All right. Yes, that's right. I'm in Trump Tower, ladies and gentlemen. Are you going to be back in time for leftovers tomorrow? Yes, you fucking parasocialists. Yes. So this is the part of the broadcast where I tell you a little bit about my personal news, about what's going on in my life in between the time period where I pressed the stop streaming button and pressed the start streaming button. And plenty has happened in that time. Monday, I live streamed. I ended the broadcast. I got on a plane. I flew to New York on an overnight plane ride, which was, it was fine. It's whatever. It's a relatively short trip, except the issue is it's maybe a little too short for a successful red eye, because as you guys know, I'm a very successful flyer. Pride myself on that. I pride myself on being a flyer that is excellent, no time wasted, boom, 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 hand carried luggage only, that sort of thing. It's only a 2-day trip. It's not a big deal. This was unfortunately a little too short of a red eye. It's only like 5 hours. So Murat and I, we took Tylenol PMs, which was a mistake because the Tylenol PM is fine if you fall asleep, but then you got to wake up. And in a 5-hour ride, I had to wake up 5 hours later, which of course was not great. I got like 4 hours of sleep or whatever. And then we checked into a hotel near Newark Airport, right next to Newark Airport, actually, so we could sleep a little bit more until my mom's dissertation happened. Now, for those of you who don't know, my mom has been writing a thesis for some time now, for a couple years. It is about the Orientalist influences from the later part of the 1800s all the way to the Gilded Age, and she had to defend that thesis. It was a 6-year project in the making, and she finally was able to do that. No, not like Edward Said. Orientalist influences in interior design. So it's a little bit different. So that's what she did. She defended it boldly and brilliantly, and she passed. And, they gave her the revisions. It was a gruesome experience to watch. I am not too familiar with it, as I am simply just a Bachelor of Arts and Sciences guy. I only have a BA. I'm the only one of the family who doesn't have a graduate or higher. No masters, no graduates, no nothing, no PhD. This was like 6 years culmination. Lots of reading, lots of research, lots of writing. It's great to finally get there. It's great to watch that happen. It was also, however, kind of a ruthless process when you see someone whose entire life's work for 6 years be brought in full display of your professional peers and the head of the graduates program and all of this stuff, and then you have to defend it, and then they kind of rip it apart. And I was just sitting there white knuckling through the entire meeting, thinking that they're dissing my mom, and I was frustrated, but she was very happy at the end of it. She's like, no, that was great, actually. That was an interesting experience to watch. And then after that, I was going to come into New York. I got us a hotel room in New York where we were going to be staying. And then I was planning on streaming. But because I was so incredibly tired, I instead got to the hotel and I passed out. I had this whole process set up for myself. I was going to stream, no day off. You know what I mean? Maybe a short one on Tuesday and then another one today. But yeah, I passed out only to wake up to go eat at this restaurant that my brother had set up for us. Some French restaurant with 2 Michelin stars called Daniel. That's where we went. And let me tell you, holy moly, it was crazy. Okay. This is some decadent dining right here. I mean, this is for obviously a celebration. We're breaking the bank, busting it out for a special occasion, obviously, but it was definitely worthy. Do you have any pics? I did not take any pics, but here, I'll show you this. Executive pastry chef Sean Velez's dessert techniques. To help you understand what we're looking at. It was insane. Lots of flowers, things like that. But it was pretty crazy. Anyway, no escargot. I did eat a lot of foie gras though, because the menu changes regularly at this restaurant. Apparently, they constantly cycle through it. Everything is locally sourced. So you were eating Pennsylvania rabbits. I had some rabbit dish. It was a 4-course meal. You pick one from each individual course. I had some rabbit, Pennsylvania's very own rabbit. It was all right. And at first I thought, oh man, this is going to be a little underwhelming, I think. But I was wrong. Let me tell you, folks, the second course was the foie gras. And I don't know where the fuck they got this duck, but it's a flambe. For One Piece fans, you already know what that is. It was a flambe foie gras that they, whip up in front of you at the table. Not very ethical. This was probably the least ethical meal I could have had from a vegan perspective. I apologize to the vegans because, as you guys know, foie gras is illegal in some places because they just fucking, the way it's done is they just shove a thing down the throat of a duck and then they pump it full of lard so it has the fattiest liver possible. But of course, the cruelty and the torture makes for a profound, decadent, and incredible dining experience. Flambe does nothing. It's just for show. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't give a shit. The foie gras was incredible. It was the most incredible experience I had. The foie gras was so fucking tight. But it didn't end there. The lack of ethics in my dining experience did not end there. I usually will tell you guys, I will warn you against certain selections to make. I often will tell you not to get veal. Not because it's unethical, but because it's actually not that good. Veal is not very tasty in normal circumstances because it's not a good cut of meat. It's not very fatty. Anyone who tells you otherwise is wrong. However, this was a unique experience. Because we were at this place and all the other mains didn't look as good, I went with the veal, and my God, I've never had a veal like this in my entire life, and I will never have a veal like this ever again for the rest of my life. Anyway, that was incredible. The desserts were all right. I'm not like a super big, I'm a big dessert guy, but I think this was the thing that I got. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. It's like some creme fraiche style shit all around it. It's like a upscale donut. But the reason why I don't like it, and I've noticed this, and this is going to get me attacked from everybody, is like, in order for it to be a Michelin star restaurant, every single aspect of the dining experience, all the way from the service down to each individual course, including dessert, has to be... Oh, shit. What's up? Okay, my mom and my brother are visiting. You want to come say hi? Say hi to the camera? I'm telling them about our dining experience. Yeah.
Hey. Hello, everyone.
They can't hear you. You got to probably get closer to the microphone.
That's okay. Just say hi.
Anyway. They're saying congrats, Anne.
Oh, thank you. Tell my sister thank you.
She says thank you. Call her Dr. Mom? Yeah, Dr. Anne. The reason why I don't like, the reason why I don't like dessert at places like this, honestly, is because in order for dessert to be gourmet, oftentimes I think a lot of pastry chefs and dessert chefs, like pastry chefs in general, will draw inspiration from natural sweeteners. So it's really fruity. Like, all of the desserts are really fruity. And as a big sweet tooth man, I like processed sugars. And I think sometimes they need to make it processed. And I don't think they do that. And it's like there's too much fruit. And I don't really like it that much. I mean, it was fine. As far as the experience, the decadent meal experience goes, I think, like, if the foie gras and the veal was like an 11 out of 10, the dessert was like an 8. So, and then today, I woke up this morning, we went around, we went and did our classic touristy-ass Soho experience, and that's it.